two large schools with your first two vending machine locations. You have a couple of healthy vending machines going over to a really small school district, only the fourth largest school district in the United States.
Right, that's pretty exciting.
You may already have your six-figure vending machine business, my friend.
Pretty excited. I'm ready to start letting go of my other business.
We're gonna get out of there and get just straight vending if this does what it's supposed to do.
I believe it's going to be a lot easier to maintain than the rental car business. You have a rental car business out here in Las Vegas, so we have about 14 to 15 cars that we rent out. For me, I always want to have multiple sources of income, not just one. In case something ever happened to my rental car business, then I feel like the vending machine side is very scalable, especially being in this biggest school here.
You're batting 66%. You're like Barry Bonds on steroids.
Right. Got two yeses.
You're the one no, two yeses. So our team does what we always do, which is the data entry, which is typically a zip code with a radius. I don't think we went real far, 5 or 10 miles. So, and then with that, then my team makes all the phone calls, right? They're calling to find out where are the vending machines, where are they broken down, where's the poor service, where's the outdated equipment, unreliable servicing, so on and so forth. And then, and then your location launch call, and then that's not even just schools, right? YMCA, sports complexes, white and blue collar businesses, and much, much more. And then we go, hey, Fred, right? Well, we've got all this opportunity here with this spreadsheet, and you can see where all the great places are to place, and there's problems at these high traffic vending locations. Let's narrow this down to here. And let's be frank. Most everybody comes to Vending Accelerator to get into schools because they are cash cows, right? So when I pointed that out to you, I said, let's just find these schools with the best opportunity in your immediate area. And I didn't even know what you just said there. You went out to the very first school you went into and you got that one secured, correct?
That's right. So with that school, I just walked in, I talked to the receptionist, and luckily the principal was just available. So she said, hey, yeah, come in.
Did you say the line we give you?
Oh, actually, you know what? I did. And then the principal was in the other room and overheard that and just said, hey, come in. She told me to come into her office. I showed her, told her who I am. I didn't say anything about vending machine. I just told her I'm a So she got excited, and I sat down and I showed her what we do and the brochure. She was going through my brochure. She said, hey, I eat some of these snacks, and this is what I want to give to my school. The brochure, I didn't say anything. The brochure did everything.
And that's amazing. This is the whole point with our process, which is why we do all of that front end work with the data entry, the fact finding, so you can do exactly that, which is implement and get the irresistible offer out in front of decision makers and let that thing do it for you. Walk into that school or any other location. Do not mention the word vending, right? And when they ask you who you are, we gave you the exact response and you used it. And then again, not saying vending. And then you were able to get to the principal, showed them the brochure. You didn't have to memorize any sales scripts. You didn't have to know any sales objections. You didn't make any phone calls. You didn't send one email. The principal, who already recognized some of the products, said, well, basically, I'd love to get these products to our students, right? That's awesome. How long did it take to actually get the contract signed after that?
From the initial, they said, yes, let's get this started within a month, I would say.
How many students are at the school?
About 1,200 in this.
So you purchased 2 brand new Crane vending machines. And as a matter of fact, they shipped yesterday.
That's right.
They're gonna hit the local freight depot there in Vegas by next week. My friend, you are gonna be installed by the end of this month with your vending machines at a public school with 1,200 students. That is extremely exciting. How do you think that would have went for you prior to Vending Accelerator?
Not good, because I would have probably sent a couple emails, and now knowing they won't respond to my emails.
You learn that very quickly inside of our system, unless you don't want to place vending machines at high traffic locations. And then also you've got another school in the process. You're just waiting for the sign off from a legal department on the vending location agreement, correct?
That is correct, yes. About like 10, 15 minutes away from that same school.
How many students at that school?
It's the same. It's junior high school. It's also 1,200.
Any vending machines there currently?
No, they had vending machine there a few years ago, but they didn't like the service and they couldn't really find a replacement until our brochure and what we do. And then they said they finally decided to go with us. So
you're kidding me. That's amazing. So you brought the brochure into that second school and they saw our brochure. Then because of the experience in the past that they didn't pull the trigger with anything until you brought in
our
six-figure location brochure.
The principal of this one, they're really excited, and they're excited to have our vending machine in there.
Do we have an irresistible offer or no?
Yes, we do. That's why they got excited. They were like,
I mean,
no other company was doing this. I was like, hey, that's what makes it different. And we are really pushing to give
Yep.
back to the community.
amazing jobs. And listen, this doesn't work if you don't work.
That's right.
You followed the process, you used the tools, you took my advice on the words and the phrases that you use in order to get to decision makers without ever saying the word vending. And then you let the brochures do what they do best, which is all the selling for you.
Yeah. No, you did everything for us. We're just going to show ourselves there and do that.
You guys run a great operation, which I have no doubt that you'll do. So, and then on to the next school and the next school and the next school, and bye-bye rental cars.
That's right. That's the goal. That's
Cool.
the goal. And with this type of business, I think we could get it done within this school year.
Yeah, to exit out of that business for sure. Yeah, with all the success you already had. So, yeah, man, I'm excited to watch you grow and work with you to grow.